If it makes you money or brings us happiness, you'll find it right here. This is The Purple Tie Show. Welcome to this episode of Purple Tie Guys. Today we're going to talk about reviews, how to get them, why they're important, and all that fun jazz.
All that fun jazz.
Fun jazz. Well, so you know a little bit about, because we've done it with other companies that we own and run and love, asking for reviews. How do you ask for reviews? And
well, the question we always get asked is, how do you get reviews?
Yeah. Well, how do I get the customer to tell me how good I did?
Right. How do I get them? How do I get the reviews?
Well, so the way now you can testify to the website version, and I can kind of testify to the email version. So when the client, the customer finishes, the patient finishes with the doctor, if you have their email address, and it isn't something that, I had my, spleen altered or whatever. Well, you got the patient privacy and stuff. Some people don't like to know that their spleen's been altered. But if it's appropriate...
We got those plastic surgeons altering people's spleens on the side.
They do it in the dirty...
they do it in the bathroom.
The mini storage unit. There was a place in Alabama a few years back, down south, that had It
was a surgical bay that they had made out of
a mini storage unit.
A mini storage unit, one of those climate-controlled mini storage units.
Yeah.
It's like, welcome to Alabama.
I don't know that that's a true story, but it's a great story.
You hear about stuff like that all the time, and you got to think.
How do you ask
Truth
for
has got to be
on something like that?
Well,
don't tell them our location, but tell them how great we are.
So what is the secret to getting reviews? How do you get reviews?
So for my side of this, the email side is once they, have their appointment, you can either...
I'm not talking about specifics right at this very second. How do you get reviews?
You ask for them. And you give them, there's so many different places to leave them too. Facebook, do you recommend us, right? Because they have the, do you recommend us, do you not recommend us? Google has the 1 to 5 stars, which, funny, there's nothing funny about this. Google.
Interesting story.
Interesting fact. Google is talking about doing the same thing that Facebook did. Either you recommend or you do not recommend. And it's either an A, B, which is really interesting because it's going to take away the, you look up, let's say, somebody that's going to do a nose job, right? Or whatever. And they look up and they see the plastic surgeon has 3.5 stars, and they're thinking to themselves, am I okay?
With a 3.5 star?
Would I be happy with a 4-star nose job? Or a 3.5 star nose job? I mean...
See, I'm thinking about stuff...
Let's go to a dentist, right? Let's talk about dentist, teeth whitening. Would I be happy with a 3 out of 5? Or do I want 5 out of 5, beautiful teeth?
I want to go back to the plastic surgeon because we've had a couple of friends, we've had a couple of female friends that have both had breast enlargement and breast reduction.
I think that's considered augmentation.
Augmentation. Well, whatever.
I was
trying to be real scientific about it, but I don't know the words, I guess. Listen, what was the thought process when picking the surgeon that's going to do the job?
The job. It's like, do you go
look at reviews?
It's proven that 72% of people go online to look at the reviews of a doctor, right?
Yeah.
And they trust that.
them.
They trust it like a close personal friend told them. And here's the thing, 40% will go look at them before they ever think about going to.
I'm one of
said
those
doctor.
people. I'm one of those people. I'm going to go look at the
I mean,
reviews first. But you're thinking about
Unless I have like a spleen explosion where that's
Yeah.
going to land me in the emergency room. But same thing there though. Like, right? So we're, God, I don't want to throw this under the bus. Oh, Hartselle, right?
Well,
Little
they're out
town-
of business.
Right, they're out of business. A hospital that is out of business. Let that sink in. So there's a reason. So Hartselle, which is about 15, 20 minutes from here, I used to live in Hartselle.
right.
And if anything major happened,
Oh,
I was
yeah,
like,
you
oh,
would-
no. I'm
Don't take
going
me to Hartselle.
Don't take me to Hartselle.
Take
They'll
me to
kill
Decatur.
Take me to Decatur.
Well, let's go back to our friends, right? They're going through the reviews for this plastic surgeon to see what they want, where they want to go. You're talking about somebody who is going to. This is not a life-threatening thing, right? You're talking about a doctor that is going to be inserting a knife into a body part to do work.
Right.
How do you?
And
do
either
you,
putting a balloon in or taking some out.
Yes. How do you justify a review score? Because you were making fun. Do I want a teeth whitening that's 3.5 stars?
Do I want a boob
Do I
job
want
that's 4 stars?
Do I want
or 5?
do I want a surgeon who's going to be wielding a knife at me at 3.5 stars, or do I want it to be a 5-star?
Well, now here's the other thing, because Google and all these other places, they don't care how many reviews you've got, right? So if you have 2 reviews and one of them is an outstanding 5-star review, man, they love you, it's amazing, and the other one is a 1-star review, you are immediately a 3.5-star doctor. 3
3.
3-star.
3-star
3-star doctor.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, but half my patients love me and half my patients hate me. When you only have 2 reviews, that's really like that gets into some weird
My
territory.
theory about why most of the major review platforms are moving away from stars to just, yes, I recommend, no, I don't, is because you don't have a lot of people leaving 2, 3, and 4-star reviews. It's either a 5-star review where they absolutely loved it,
Yeah.
or a 1-star review, regardless of how bad it was.
Oh, so here's the thing that gets okay. So here's the other thing that stars are confusing. I have seen a customer leave a 1-star review, right? Leave a 1-star, and then when you start reading the reviews, they're like, "Oh my God, this place is amazing," and blah blah blah.
We
and
had
they had
one
just
of those.
accidentally ticked the wrong star.
Yeah, Fave Geek, the computer store that Robert runs still. Do you run it?
I don't really
In
run
the
it.
ground?
I own it, but I don't run it.
It had a 1-star review, but it was a customer that had been in just years and years and years, and it was a glowing review.
Oh, yeah.
If you read the review, it was amazing.
Oh yeah, these guys are great. They're amazing, fair pricing. But they had accidentally ticked
Yeah.
that. So I think the going from I recommend, I don't recommend is a really good thing, because it's either an A/B switch. Yes, I love this doctor. Or no, I don't like this doctor.
I think it's also going to cut down on the reviews that are 1-star that are like, the postal service delivered this a day late.
Well, that's more of a
The box arrived
yeah.
damaged.
Well, okay. So what about these people? And I understand that hate is a strong word, so I won't use it in this. I strongly dislike the people that leave a 4-star review and they leave this glowing review about how they gush about how good this was, and then follow it up with a 4-star review. I'm like, if you're going to gush about how good everything was, why didn't I earn 5 stars? Well, there's always room for improvement.
See, I feel like
that's a comp out. That's a crappy power play type thing.
it is something that I've dealt with most of my professional life. Whenever I was in college, I went to college for classical art, painting, drawing, sculpting, that kind of thing, right?
And you're on a You're on a podcast with me.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
that's neither here nor there. My point
We
was,
digress.
my point was, in all of my art classes, the teacher / instructor, air quotes and sarcasm, if you can't tell,
God, you're an angsty art student.
never awarded an A or a 100 because
There was always room for improvement.
art is never perfect.
Oh, man.
Was
See?
her excuse. Art is never perfect, and since it's such a subjective thing, you can't argue that point. Plus, I was 17 at the time. I mean, I had no mental capacity to talk to her about this stuff. But while it's true that there
40-year-old
is...
Blake.
Yeah, let me tell you, I'd have straight up given her the finger and walked out. Changed classes, none of this crap. But
Oh, man.
you know, while yes, there is always room for improvement, you base your buying decisions on the reviews of others. If everyone thought the way that this one particular person did,
And it's a proven fact. Like, they've done studies and there's actual data and numbers to back it up.
right, you would never get above a 4-star review on a 5-star scale. And that's not helpful. Just like the 1-star reviews for late deliveries isn't helpful.
Oh, man, that makes me so angry. The one that's like, they'll buy the product on Amazon or whatever and then be like, I leave this a 3-star review because the postal service doesn't run on Sunday and I didn't get the package until Monday. And I'm like, what is your problem?
Right.
Like, anyway.
Take that into
that's
account when you're
annoying.
ordering the product. If you need it the day before,
Pay
or
the extra shipping.
pay the extra shipping.
But so for medical professionals and,
I'm trying to think how that relates to reviews for medical.
well, I mean,
Professionals.
you know, it's one of the, okay, so you have,
It would be like leaving a 1-star review at a doctor's office because you didn't like the furniture in the waiting room.
So I got one better than that. Let's say you have a, you know, because society as a whole, I'm about to.
Ooh, we're gonna lump some of this stuff.
Yeah,
Let's go.
baby, this is gonna be bad. Society as a whole is in this like me society, right? Me.
It's all about me.
Me.
Yep.
It would be like the surgeon having booked out a operating room for a elective procedure.
Okay.
And you show up to the hospital for your elective procedure.
You want to get your ears straightened.
You want to get your ears straightened. You want to get your eyelids lifted or whatever, however that works.
Right.
And there is a catastrophe in the town.
Yeah.
And they need every operating room they can get. And since your surgery is elective, they were like, we're going to have to reschedule you.
Yeah.
But I scheduled all this time off work and I did this. And you leave the doctor a 1-star review because the hospital had to reschedule you because there was a
Right.
disaster.
So that there are going to be reviews like that. It's just going to
Absolutely.
happen.
Well, so how do you combat them?
How do you combat them?
So
You ask for reviews.
you ask for better, well, you don't ask for better reviews, but you ask for more to try to bury it.
Right.
Right? That's the best way. Never buy them.
Yeah,
right?
I hate saying bury it, but really it's true because you'll have those reviews that just are not helpful.
Oh, man. What's worse is when you get a bad review and then you're, diligently asking people, hey, would you go online and leave us a review? Would you go online? Are you happy? Would you leave us a review? Leave us a review. And that one bad review just stays.
What-
And the new ones are like popping all around it. Yelp got into a bunch of trouble for that.
Well, that was a little different though.
Well, so the one reason Yelp pisses me off so bad, and I hate them with as much passion as I do, man, if it was the other way around, pshoo, I'd be married to Yelp. Because I really hate them. Because you'll have 15 good reviews, and they'll show 3, one of them being a really bad, whatever your worst review is, and then be like, oh, and there's 23 that aren't recommended.
We're not recommending those. Yep.
Why are you not recommending them? They're just as good as the 3 you decided to recommend.
Yeah.
Only you decided to choose which ones you recommend.
Yeah. But they don't let you choose those. Even whenever you pay for their services, you can't get those back. What they got in trouble for was, we talked about this in a previous podcast, there's ads in the Yelp page. On your Yelp page, there are ads for similar businesses.
Yep. So if you're a plastic surgeon, there'll be an ad for another plastic surgeon within your ad.
Within your page on Yelp, yeah.
Yeah.
And previously you
Within
could
your page,
pay.
yeah.
You could pay Yelp to remove those ads.
You mean like a hostage fee?
An extortion fee. Yes.
That's the word I was looking for.
Right, exactly. But I don't think you could ever pay to get those bad like.
Well, no,
I don't know if you
reviews
could pay
stay.
to get those bad reviews moved down or up or whatever.
No, they claim it's, organic or natural or whatever.
They never explained why they took all of those reviews off and shoved them under not recommended. Because I've seen just tons of not recommended reviews on some pages, and then other pages they've got 300 reviews and they're all up there. But it's like, why? Why did you pick this one company and these reviews from that company?
It's almost like, well, whatever. Yelp doesn't make a lot of sense anyway.
No.
So I really like the recommended, not recommended, A/B type switch.
Right.
Either yes, this is a great doctor, or no, this isn't a great doctor, and let that be it. That way you don't get into this whole, 3-star whatever.
So now that we've talked about how bad reviews can be, how about we hear a word from our sponsor, and when we come back, we can talk about how to get good reviews.
Does your practice suffer from weak patient flow? Purple Tie Guys may be right for you. Purple Tie Guys is the most effective way to fill your waiting room with new patients. Clients usually see significant improvement in as little as 30 days.
Since I began working with Purple Tie Guys, my stream of new patients has never been stronger, and my waiting room is packed.
Side effects may include swelling of the waiting room, increased happiness, and a better bottom line. Serious, less common side effects include sports cars and Swiss bank accounts. If you experience patient flow that lasts more than 8 hours, hire additional staff and tell your marketing advisor immediately. Increase your patient flow with Purple Tie Guys. No contracts, just results.
So, good reviews.
How do we get them?
So, I really want to talk about the website idea that we came up with, a month or so back. But I guess what we should address first is, what I was attempting to allude to in the beginning of the podcast, which was just ask for them. Ask the patient, at the front desk. Be sure to leave us a review, or have a little card that says, review us on Google, or review us if you're a physician who you can't have reviews. Like, this is controversial, and we're in Alabama, and I don't really want the bomb threats that go along with it, but let's just say abortion clinics. You can't really be like, hey, we did a good job.
Yeah, that's
Leave
not
me a
something.
review.
I was going to be real bad. I'm glad you finished that sentence. But yeah, no, you can't really have
A review for something like
something
that.
like that.
If you a GP that's like, hey, I fixed your STD, go leave me a review, and it's like, the doctor cured my herpes really quick. Like, that's not something anybody's going to want to leave a review for.
To be fair,
We should
you
stop
could
that
do
there.
that. It's just not real helpful for the doctor.
So, but here's the thing, though. They've got other platforms. Vitals.com will let you leave reviews, and they're semi-anonymous. Health Grades.
Health Grades. I was trying to remember what the other one was.
We'll let you leave reviews, and they're semi-anonymous. But if you can, like pediatricians, man, I love my kid's doctor, and Dr. I can't remember the doctor's name that I talked to just the other day. But anyway, my kid's doctor is super cool, and he's super fun. And our dentist, before he decided to retire, Dr. Barnes, I went and left him a review 15 days, but he's not like 15 days long. But he wasn't really into go online. And even though I'm an online guy, man, that's what I think about. I didn't think to go leave him a review before he retired, because it's not something I think about. However, if he had said, as I was checking out from getting my teeth cleaned, hey dude, if you enjoyed the service.
It's funny you should mention that. The doctor that took over his practice almost immediately went and got those prompt cards that they put in all of the hygiene rooms. Mm-hmm. Do you remember seeing them? They were things you could hold up, and they would take a picture of you.
Oh yeah, and you post it to
Instagram and stuff.
And
tag the practice and all that stuff. But she was 40 years younger than him,
right? And it was something that was important to her.
Yeah.
If it's not important to the doctor, Dr. Anthony,
yeah,
which is close by. He blows up Facebook. He blows up social media. He gives away, gift baskets and, happy, patient things. And he's all over Facebook.
Let me ask you a question. In the beginning of this podcast, you said not to buy reviews. Would you consider gift cards buying reviews? Or are those incentives to leave good reviews?
Okay, so it's a gray...
Because that's what I always suggest. If you're having a hard time getting your patients to leave reviews,
so you have
offer an incentive.
White reviews, right?
White hat reviews?
White hat reviews, which is you ask your patient, and now you can preface this, right? And we do this a lot, right? So the email that we send out says, because we want to pre-frame them, and I shouldn't be using all this stuff
jargon,
because people are going to be like, oh my God, you pre-frame me. Of course I pre-frame you, because that's
marketing is psychology. If you don't realize that psychology. By now, you just need to...
You should crawl back under the rock. No.
So,
but you have white hat, right, which you can pre-frame whenever we send an email to a customer that's used FaveGeek. We say, hey, if you received anything less than 5-star service, reply to this email and tell us about your experience. Mm-hmm. Right? So if they're like, well, I'm mad, I'm pissed off, yeah, I'm going to reply to that. They don't even read. They stop right there like, yeah, I'm replying to this right now.
And then you put a review us button at the bottom of the email.
Right. Well, and you say if you received anything less than 5-star service, reply to this email. If you did receive 5-star service, please, be a good person and leave us I don't remember exactly how it's worded, but it's like, your review would really help us out or something like that. But you pre-framed them that if they go leave you a review, it has to be 5 stars because they said it was 5 stars.
Yeah.
Now, taking that to the next level, you were the one that found it. I think it's a genius idea.
Yeah, we haven't implemented it yet on any of our websites, but we will.
We're going to. We're actually in the process of redoing our website, and I want that implemented on our website. So you have 5 stars. You have a review page, and you're like, hey, leave us a review. And this was like a credit union or something. Mm-hmm. And if you selected anything below 4 stars, right, 4 or 5 stars, it would pop up another window that said, awesome. What platform would you like to leave your review on? Facebook, Google, and gave you a couple of different other
So
platforms.
wait, if you selected 4 or 5 stars,
4
right?
or 5 stars, it would pop up a new window.
And say, where do you want to leave your review? And then,
Yeah. Exactly.
and then let
Google,
you pick. So
Facebook,
Google, Facebook,
whatever.
Yelp.
If you selected 3 or below, it redirected you to a form that said, uh-oh,
Yep.
we didn't do a good job. Tell us what happened. And then, so when you try to go back to the review page, so you can go leave them a bad Google review or whatever, it literally won't let you go.
Yeah, it won't let you go back. It opens a new tab and closes the old one and clears your history, so you can't go back to it. And it does some other code stuff in the background that stops you from going back to the review page.
It's kind of shady, but it works. I mean,
I don't know if it's shady.
I don't know if it's shady. It's clever.
It is clever. It is definitely a way to control what kind of reviews come from your website to wherever it was going to go.
I'm a big advocate. I've always said that your website should absolutely showcase the very best of your reviews, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if you've got a review that's just like we have one that's like, they're so good at what they do, you may think they're wizards.
You put that.
Man, I put that on everything.
Andy, if you're listening to this, we really appreciate that review.
Yeah, we do. We love you a lot too. So, and hope you're doing well, buddy. But I put that on everything. I put that review on everything because it's so freaking amazing.
It is. It is a great review.
And so your website should display the very best reviews. And then if you have a review section, right? So you're like, hey, go to, we'll use one of our docs, drbenveniste.com/reviews. And then you go to the reviews section, and here's this, 5 stars. You select 3 or below, boom, form pops up and goes, uh-oh, we didn't do a good job. Let us know what we did wrong and how we can make it right. And then that controls that review. 4 to 5 takes them to Google or wherever you want them to go. I'm a big advocate of controlling. Let's say you got a really just crappy review on Facebook. Man, it's just the worst review you've ever seen. What I would do is, and people that work with us, can reach out to us and be like, hey, I got to fix this. And what we would do is that 5-star review page, the minute they click 5 stars, we'd shoot that straight to Facebook.
Or wherever the bad review was.
Right. Or, wherever the bad. And then if they chose 4, we would just let them pick where it went, because that really doesn't help us bury that bad review as good as a 5-star review would.
All right. So we've talked about how to get reviews. We've talked about how to sort of funnel the types of reviews where we want them to go. We've got a review, and it's new, just came in.
Yep.
What do? Good or bad, what do?
Respond to it.
Every time?
Every single time. If somebody takes enough time out of their day to go leave you a 5-star, we'll just use Dr. Barnes again. Dr. Barnes was the most amazing dentist. He's got great chairside manner. His assistants are always nice. He's really gentle. I love to have my teeth cleaned at his practice, whatever, right?
Right.
They took time out of their day to leave that review. The least you can do is have someone on your staff, someone that works for you, to go back
right
and say, hey, we really appreciate that. Thank you so much. We've had customers with the computer store that's like, I love these guys. And I've been known I respond. I've been known to say, we love you back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's even that. I love Dr. Barnes because blah, 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 blah. If you were to just write, we love you back. Mm-hmm. Thanks for being awesome. Or whatever.
It doesn't have to be a huge, drawn out thing.
It could just be a simple thank you.
Yeah. One of the things that I always do...
Oh, we were talking about gray hat, white hat, though, when we got off on
we sort of... Okay, I'll synopsize gray hat, white hat. White hat is just somebody who goes and leaves you a review.
Yeah, you ask for it and they go do it.
Gray hat is what we were just talking about, where you incentivize.
Here's a $5 Starbucks gift card.
Gift cards, candy, movie night, stuff like that.
Oh my God.
Leave us a review.
Well, we won't talk about that on this.
Why not? Talk about it.
Well, I was going to talk about the chiropractor. Whenever you go to his website, it's like free movie night, free this,
well,
free
we'll talk
that.
about him in just a second, because the black hat reviews are those reviews that you pay for, straight up pay for with money.
You go to the dark side of the web.
It's not even the dark side. It's just...
We need to make it sound like it. You go to the dark side of the web.
I'm going to say this.
And you pay money to have somebody leave fake reviews saying how good you are.
Right. I'm going to say this. There are places online that are easily found where you can do this. And it's not good. It's not smart. And
if you can Google, you can find where to buy reviews.
Yeah. And it's not good. It's not smart. And you'll get found out. And the minute that anyone, Google included, finds out that you've been paying for fake reviews, you lose all credibility. I have known...
what would be great is if you just lost all the reviews and had to start over. That would be better than losing the credibility that you're going to lose.
I was going to say, there have been instances where Google flags their Google My Business pages if they see anomalous activity. Mm-hmm. If you've been rocking along for 6 months,
30 years, and you've
never gotten a review, and then suddenly you've got 3,000 in the course of a couple of weeks.
Well, now we won't name the name because they're a national company, but they have a store locally here in Decatur,
right? And
they fix cellular telephones.
Yes.
They went from no reviews to 300 because before you had your phone fixed, they were like, hey, give you $5 off this repair if you're going to leave us a 5-star review. Well, who's going to be like, no, I don't think I want $5 off my repair. I think I'm just going to let you do the thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, how many people were like, yeah, sure, I'll leave you a 5-star review, and then just never did. But
no, they had a tablet set up at the thing,
right.
And they would make you leave the review before they did the work, and take $5 off the repair. That is dark gray.
Dark gray. No, that's shady.
That's stealing, basically, because you're stealing that review.
It's you
kind of
extortion.
You're buying it. Man, it's just such a
It's a dirty, terrible thing to do.
I want to use such a 4-letter word to describe it, but it's just a crappy thing to do.
There is. It sort of feels like they're holding your phone hostage at that point.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, I mean, I'll fix it if you'll leave me this review.
Because I tell you what would happen if I took my vehicle to Ford, and the dude behind the counter at Ford was like, yeah, we'll change your oil. Leave me a little review right here telling how I did a great, phenomenal job. I'd be like, no, there's another Ford dealership like right over here that I can take it to that won't force me to do this.
Yeah.
Now, they always give me great service. They always call the next day and they're like, hey, did you get phenomenal service? Well, don't forget when you get that survey to give us 10 stars or 5 stars or 18 stars or however many's on there.
75 stars. Let me tell you, I figured out why that what you just said makes me uneasy about the whole I'll give you $5 off if you'll leave a review. Back in the early 2000s, late 90s, you could not go into an electronics store or a hobby store without being just pestered nonstop at checkout to get magazine subscriptions.
Oh my God. I went
and I
to.
hated
All right, this has nothing to do with reviews, so if you want to skip the next 30 seconds, you can. I went to Cabela's
Yep.
in Huntsville.
Yep.
And I was looking for a very specific thing. And as soon as I walked in, this dude, like, literally tackles me. And is like, have you heard about our rewards program? My name's Devin, and the rewards program is amazing. And blah, blah. And I'm just like, whoa, calm down, Devin. We are good. And I walked away from Devin thinking, oh, my God. And the next employee that I accidentally ran into, because I tried to avoid him after that, was like, hi, my name's Joshua. Have you been told about the rewards? And I'm like, yes, Devin's already got me.
I was in Cabela's a while back now, and you had told me that story, and I was like, oh God.
Oh, it can't be that bad.
It can't be that bad. And I swear, I walked inside, and it was like they've got sensors mounted to their heads. It was like 3 of them turned at the same time and made eye contact with me.
Little bells go off and whistles, and they're like, new meat. And it's like,
I walked straight towards one of them, and they started walking straight towards me, and I made a right-hand turn down an aisle, and I sprinted to the end of it
to get away from them.
To get away from it so I could turn and they would lose me.
So I finally got to where I was, what I was looking for. That I was in the right section. Couldn't find what I was looking for, but I was bound and determined that I was not going to ask an employee. And there was some other dude. There was some other dude over there looking at the same stuff. And he's like, "Hey, I ask you a question. Have you seen such and such?" I was like, "Yeah, I think I passed it like 2 hours up. Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you seen such and such?" He's like, "Oh yeah, it's like 2 hours over." It's bad when the customers have to like navigate for each other so you don't have to communicate with an employee.
Right. But going back to where we started on that conversation, that's what annoys me about the asking for reviews before you ever get the service done. One, you're going to be leaving an uninformed review.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's no way to know if they're going to repair that phone or not. And once your review is up there, you don't get the option to take it down, I don't think.
You can modify it.
No, you can. You can take it down if you want to. Because we've had some...
But it's hard enough. It's really hard to do. It's not easy to...
Whenever we first opened Purple Tie Guys way long time ago, back before it was even called Purple Tie Guys, we were in business for like 3 weeks and got a 1-star review. Mm-hmm. And had to have them, we responded to the review. It was like, hey, I think you left this for the wrong person.
And they were like, oh, my bad.
Yeah. And they took it off.
If they didn't, we'd had one more to bury.
Yeah.
Well, right now we don't have any to bury because we've not gotten any bad reviews, knock on wood. But, it would be, I'm going to go in for an eye exam. Oh, well, before you get glasses...
Leave us this 5-star review.
Leave us this 5-star review, or, before you get your teeth cleaned, go tell everybody what a good job we did, and we'll do it for half price.
The thing that you have to remember as a business owner, as a practice manager, as whatever you end up being whenever you are trying to respond to these reviews or even ask for them, is that you've got to be respectful of the people leaving the reviews. They have all the power in the world.
Yep.
Once they walk out that door, they can do whatever they want. You're
at the mercy of the patron.
Yeah.
In any business that you're in, whether it's medical practices, coffee shop, whatever. I mean, you're literally at the mercy of the person that's leaving the review. So, to wrap it up, ask for reviews.
Right.
If you can pre-frame them for a 5-star review.
Yeah.
Pre-frame them.
If you can steer them in the direction you want them to go, do that.
Without being obnoxious.
Yes.
I mean, if you're like, hey, leave me a 5-star, will you? Like, don't do that. That's just bad. Always put your absolutely best reviews on your website. Because you have a captive audience there. They're on your website. They're not looking around at there's not another doctor's reviews on your website. And if there is, shame on you.
Yeah, it's your website.
It's your website. You should put your very best reviews up there. and then just respond to them. When you get them, respond to them. If a patient takes the time to say how much they love you, return the favor.
Right.
And speaking of returning the favor, we would love it if you guys would check us out online, purpletieguys.com, literally anywhere on the web, Purple Tie Guys.
Yep.
Facebook, Instagram. We don't really do. We got a YouTube channel too, but we don't have enough subscribbles to be Purple Tie Guys because they hate us.
Yeah, you got to have a whole bunch of subscribers. Y'all should really go check out our new ad that's up on YouTube.
It's funny.
Great.
Matter of fact, you heard the audio of that ad in.
Oh yeah, in the
it'll be about the halfway point in
the
here.
Sponsored ad right there in the middle.
Sponsored ad in the middle. So,
there's a video that goes along with that. Y'all should go watch it.
And the video's pretty good. So, thank you for joining us for this episode of Purple Tie Guys.
We really appreciate it.